For Complex News, I'm Pierce Simpson. 2019 has been quite the journey for Kanye West. In many ways, the Chicago native has had somewhat of a rebirth by fully immersing himself into his faith and religion. That journey seemed to come at the perfect time, as Kanye's 2018 was anything but smooth. Through that journey, Kanye has found some inspiration with the scheduled release of Jesus is King. I say scheduled because this new October 25th date isn't the original one. September 27th was, then the 29th, and you get the picture. But since then, some things have changed in regard to Ye's potential 9th solo album, both artistically and personally. So here's what we know so far. Kanye's Jesus is King album was originally slated to drop around the end of September. As we see now, that never came to fruition. Ever the control freak when it comes to his music, Ye was reported to continuously be making changes to the album. During an October 12th listening session in DC at George Washington University, 2 weeks after the originally scheduled release date, Ye told the crowd that he was still making changes. In fact, he played a song that he had worked on the night before. Back in September, Kim Kardashian posted a picture of a track listing of Kanye's Jesus is King album. Since that photo on September 27th, subtle but additional changes to the album have been made. New Body originally had a verse from Nicki Minaj on the song that Kanye ultimately removed. Some reports are conflicting. Some are saying that the verse was removed because Kanye doesn't want any cussing. That's something we'll discuss later on in this very video. And some reports are suggesting that Kanye is hoping to have Nicki re-record her verse, but the latter hasn't been confirmed by either party. Both Pusha T and Malice are reported to be reuniting as the clips on the track use this gospel, with an appearance from Kenny G playing the saxophone. Pusha T has performed this verse live during recent listening sessions for the album, so something tells me this song is a go. Another track that is creating buzz for Kanye West is Close on Sunday, which within the hook Kanye raps, "Close on Sunday, you're my Chick-fil-A." That track even received an encore from Kanye during his listening session in NYC. On the album, Kanye also addresses skepticism from the Christian community about his new musical direction on a song called Hold On. As he raps, "They'll be the first to judge me, make me feel like nobody loves me." But when it comes to consistent album reworkings, this isn't anything new to Kanye West. In 2016, his Life of Pablo LP was labeled as being a living album. That would be changed as Ye saw fit, with remastered or updated songs being added to streaming services on a whim. Like we mentioned earlier, Kanye is also reportedly leaving out cursing on this album. In fact, during his listening session in DC, Kanye told the crowd about his new journey. "Excuse me if I mispronounce anything. I'm a recent convert. It means recently, I got saved within this year." Kanye's pastor, Adam Tyson, shared more details about Ye's no cussing rule on the Pure Flix podcast. If somebody cusses in his presence, I've heard him say a couple times, "Hey man, you can't cuss when you're with me. I'm a born-again Christian." Kanye's lyrics on this album are reportedly inspired by his favorite Bible verses. During the listening session in DC, Kanye recited verse Mark 1:15. Kanye also stated that the King James Version of the Bible is his favorite because it references Ye a lot. During a listening session in New York City, Kanye tried his best to articulate the experience of the album and instructed listeners on what they could expect. This album has been made as an expression of the gospel and to share the gospel. During that same listening session, Kanye expressed how his Sunday service helped him get closer to God. In fact, it led him to fully converting to Christianity. Adam Tyson, who we referenced earlier, also shed light on Kanye's newfound faith during that very same appearance on the Pure Flix podcast. Kanye told me, "From now on, all I want to do is serve Christ. I want every song that I sang to have a part of my testimony, to include the gospel, and include the element of worship to our great God. That's what I want to do." Some of Kanye's Sunday service choirs laid down vocals on the album, like on the track Water that was performed during Coachella weekend back in April. These aren't samples, by the way. These are vocals from the Sunday Service Collective. That Sunday Service Collective that was initially put together by Ye and Company in January of this year has been reported as being the catalyst for Ye's transition closer to religion. Kanye's Jesus is King album is slated to be accompanied by an IMAX release of a documentary that has been shown at various listening sessions over the past month. According to Hypebeast, Kanye's website is making pre-orders available to fans. Vinyls, CDs, and digital streams are available. Those purchases also come with pre-sale ticket access to an undisclosed but upcoming Kanye West event. But those orders will take reportedly 8 to 12 weeks to be delivered. So again, October 25th is the slated release date of Kanye's Jesus is King album, but only time will tell if that release date holds true. Let us know what your expectations are in the comments section down below, and be sure to keep things locked to Complex News by subscribing to us on YouTube. Also, ComplexCon is only weeks away, so be sure to get your tickets over at complexcon.com. For Complex News, I'm Pierce Simpson.